So I've had a long journey. My early 20s were filled with drug addiction and just running around, didn't know how to get help. I was in and out of rehabs for years. If I wasn't in a rehab facility, I was on the street. So I've dealt with homelessness a lot. I ended up in Fayetteville. I'm originally from Charlotte, but I ended up in Fayetteville after all that from an ex-boyfriend. And when that relationship turned abusive, I decided I was done with that life. That was the final straw. So I met the people at Connections at the Pride Festival here in Fayetteville. I was staying on a friend's couch with no money. I had a job, but I wasn't making a lot of money at the time, and wanted something new. So I ended up calling Aisha West here at Connections, and they helped me kind of figure out what the next step was. First, a lot of it was mental health stuff. I got involved with their programs here, so I came and they had like weekly women's empowerment group, and we talked about boundaries and women's rights and stuff like that. So that kind of fed my soul first, and then I was able to network around my job and find a home. So that was probably the biggest step. So I just rent a room at a friend's house for a great price. I have my own room, my own bed, hot water in the shower and food in the fridge. That's all great. And then from there, my case manager helped me apply for food stamps and budget the rest of my finances. We had a budgeting class here, and find therapy that I still go to every week free of charge. So that's been extremely helpful. And now I have a car, no AC, no radio, but it drives, so that's good. I'll have 14 months clean from drugs next week. So I was able to hit that year mark through Connections. I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. Yeah, so I'm extremely grateful to United Way for helping Connections to help me. If it hadn't been for Connections, I would probably be back out on the street, homeless and alone.
We were new to the area. We had just moved here from out of state. And so I think everybody in our family was going through a lot of transitions, new jobs for my husband and I, new schools for the kids, and particularly for my oldest daughter in the home. She was entering into a new high school. And so there were a few behavioral problems, a few issues, and I think her and I just got to a point where we were just butting heads a lot. It got to a point where, she was turning 16 and she thought it might be appropriate for her to move out of the home. And of course, I was trying to, talk with her and advise her against it.
Me and my mom had a really hard time talking to each other about the things she would do to hurt my feelings, the things I would do to hurt her feelings. And, I had tried therapy, I had been on different medications, and I think I really just needed somebody to validate my feelings outside of the family and, kind of sort things out between us. And I needed a person to talk to about everything going on between us.
We both just needed help trying to communicate to each other, because we would talk, but it's like we weren't hearing each other. We came in, and just from the beginning, I felt like it was really good. I felt like we were really heard. I felt that there was a lot of compassion. I felt like the employees that we talked to really cared about what we were going through, and really overall gave us the tools that we needed to communicate better with each other.
I feel like I'm more pleasant to be around now, and I feel like I can communicate a lot better without getting frustrated as easily. I think that because of CommuniCare, I've been able to get in touch with what's going on inside and help channel that out in a healthy way so that I could be the best version of myself that I can be.
I'm grateful for United Way's support of CommuniCare. If it hadn't have been for CommuniCare, I feel that my daughter and I might not have been able to repair our relationship as easily and quickly as we did.
If it hadn't been for the program at CommuniCare, I think I would be alone, and I think I would be scared to do things on my own, and I don't think I would be as motivated, and I might have gotten myself into something that I couldn't have gotten out of.
Reading is so important for small children. It helps build developmental skills that we don't even know about as parents. Even from birth to the age of 5, they learn how to sit, they learn how to be quiet, they learn how to pay attention. It even sparks letter recognition and pronunciation of those letters. The United Way supports the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Parents have to sign up. They can sign up their children at the age of 0. So the month that they are born in, they can sign up and they will receive books until the month that they turn 5. So 5 years, they get 60 books. So typically at this age, children are monkey see, monkey do. So if one child comes in reading a book, then that sparks everyone else. Everyone else wants to read. Everyone else is curious, which is another thing. It sparks their curiosity. So one child might read a book, so then everyone else wants to read a book. As children grow, their needs grow. So typically children will start off with something simple. This is Sassy, and it's pretty much a counting book, which the numbers are really big. It's really good for kids to recognize numbers as well in reading. It has the number 1, sun. Those are rhyming words. As the children grow, then the books grow. They go into things such as rainbow here, where you have more words. They're still big, so they're big on the page, but there are more words, and then it points out specific words, which yellow is a sight word as well. By the time they're 5, they're reading books such as Blue Skies, White Stars, which are more detailed. We have Llama Llama books. There are all types of books, so the books grow with the children. The first and the last book are always the same, regardless of the child. The in-between books may be different, but this is the last book. This is Kindergarten, Here I Come. This is the book that they will receive in their 5th year to prepare them for kindergarten. So on the inside of the book, but it tells them about kindergarten and what to expect and all the things that they will experience in kindergarten. It talks about how you may be nervous when you go to kindergarten, but nothing will change. It's just like going to preschool. The United Way supports the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Just contact your local United Way and ask about the program, Dolly Parton Imagination Library, and they will get you started.
I think it's important to fund United Way because it's not always easy to ask for help, and with a nonprofit organization like this, it makes it easier for people who can't always get that help on their own.
You can support in any way, but it would be great if you would support by giving $32 a year. That supplies one child their 12 books over the course of a year.
It's important to give to the United Way because people need help. People don't always know what to do. So for programs like these in the United Way, they're there to help.